Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of my favorite baby essentials. These are things I have actually used for all 4 of my babies, minus 2 or 3 things that are new to me, and I'll be sharing with you kind of what those are as we get into the video. But these are not really going to be a lot of toys and activities and really that type of thing. It's really going to be the practical kind of like, newborn essentials, I guess you could say. I did want to mention as well, before we jump into today's video, that when it comes to the newborn years and really all the kind of stages, I tend to be fairly in quotes, but fairly minimal when it comes to the baby products and the baby gear and everything like that that I allow into our home. Our home is a little bit smaller, so I don't really have the space to house all the extra little baby things. So what I'm going to be showing you are really just my favorite things that have been just served our family really well. And again, a lot of these are just very practical. A couple of them are new to me and things that I have just found to be very beneficial, and I'm excited to be sharing them with you. Anyway, with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the video. So we're going to start out with talking about just some newborn essentials, specifically when it comes to diapering. Now for the first month, probably up to 2 months, I will do pocket diapers. I love pocket diapers. I'll insert clips of everything I'm going to be talking about and showing you today. But I love these cloth diapers specifically because they have pockets in them. They have the liners. So even if you only want to invest in a dozen of the actual pocket covers and get like maybe 25, 50 or a few weeks worth of the actual liners that go in it, I find that to be very useful. I have used this same set for all 4 of my little ones, and they still are like solid, and the liners are they're great. I love them. Now I don't bleach them, so a couple of them are lightly stained. They still work beautifully, and the actual liner themselves are, incredible quality. Especially if you're a new mama and you're thinking of doing cloth diapers or anything like that, definitely think of it as an investment if you are planning to have multiple kiddos, just because a great item to have on hand, especially for those first few months. I always love cloth diapering my little ones. I just always have. So that's one of my newborn essentials. Now after they get to about 2 or 3 months and we start leaving the house a little bit more and things like that, I will switch over, and I always will switch over to a diaper subscription or something that I don't really have to think about, because for one, I never want to have to feel like I have to run out of diapers. So having a subscription where I know that every 5 or 6 weeks there's going to be another box of diapers delivered is just a peace of mind thing for me. I've tried the Honest Company, I've tried Hello Bello, I've tried Abby and Finn. Out of all 3 of them, the Honest Company is probably the most expensive. I do like the ingredients, but they are very expensive. And then I have tried Abby and Finn. They also are a little bit pricey. However, I love the company and how much they give back to their local community. So I love the company. The best is definitely Abby and Finn. But the company that I have used currently has been Hello Bello. I love the diapers. I haven't had any issues with like leaking or anything like that. That's just a personal preference. However, I did cancel my subscription with Hello Bello because my toddler now is kind of like out of the diaper phase. I'm only needing diapers for 1 baby. So really back to back for the last 5 years here, I've always had like 2 little ones in diapers, and so it made sense for me to have the subscription, so I wouldn't have to think about always having to pick up different diapers, different sizes. They would just always be delivered to your door. So I always consider that to be more of a newborn essential, and if you can find a subscription company that has a good quality items, and even if it's $5, $10 more, to me that's a little bit, it's worth not having to think about ever running out and getting diapers if you run out. So that's just one of my newborn essentials. So in the little years, one thing I noticed, especially in the newborn years, this really goes from like 0 months to probably 3 or 4 months. One of my favorite items is a actual basket with a double-sided handle. This can serve, and I actually use this in the newborn years. I actually called it my newborn at-home diaper bag, sorry. And I loved utilizing this because it has different caddies here, and again, I'll insert some clips so you can you can see what I'm talking about. But it has a couple caddies in here, so you can put some outfits, you can put some diapers, you can put wet wipes, your little pockets, extra pockets here for diaper cream, baby powder, whatever you want. And the reason why I loved this, especially in the newborn years, is yes, our house is relatively small. I just liked carrying this with me with wherever I was going to be for the day. If we were going to be in the schoolroom, if we were going to be in the living room, I would just keep this kind of with me. That way, if I was like doing schoolwork or anything like that with my kiddos, I wouldn't necessarily have to like step away from being with my other little ones. I can kind of just keep this with me and change her wherever we are. It's just a convenience thing. It's not a necessity per se. but it is one of my newborn essentials just because it was so nice to be able to just take this with me wherever I was in the house. And honestly, mamas, even in the first month when you are dealing with all the postpartum things and everything like that, I honestly use this as well for a lot of my postpartum things with newborn things. So wherever I was going to sit for those, especially first few weeks, I could take it with me to the chair here and just have everything I needed in one bag and not feel like I was also crowding the whole room with my big diaper bag, but just have something like this that was really essential. And I like that this liner thing pops out and then you can just fold it down and store it. So I really like the versatility of this. And honestly, I've honestly even used it for schooling outside because it has the little cubbies here so you can stack in your pencils, your books, and everything. So it's just multi-purpose, and I love it how you can put it over your shoulder and do it whatever like that, or you can carry it like this. So had to share that as being one of my newborn essentials. So continuing along with the diaper trend here, one of my favorite things that I have found with this past baby here, this is one of those newer to me items I was talking about earlier. This is actually a little baby powder canister. And I kind of been into making all my own actual products that go on our skin lately, especially my babies. But for actual baby powder and diaper cream, I do not make my own diaper cream. This is the little tin that I put baby powder in, and one of my favorite things about this is it has a little lid here that keeps the little the powder from fluffing up, but it has a little thing in here so you can like tap it on, and I love the whole experience of using this. I think it's really fun. And I'm gonna list my recipe or share my recipe that I used for baby powder. I'll link that down below for you to check out. It works really well, and you can have the option of leaving it scented or unscented depending on what your baby's skin is like. But I love this, and it's just a fun thing and a fun thing to store for keeping baby powder in, especially if you make your own type things like that. So my next favorite item is actually a brand new diaper bag, and I do want to thank Miss Fong for partnering with me on today's video. I was so excited when she reached out and offered for me to kind of pick out one of their diaper bags because I was already looking at getting another diaper bag because mine has been through 3 babies now. It's starting to get a little loose around the seams, if you know what I mean. It's just been through a lot. If you have a diaper bag, I'm sure you know what I mean, but it's just, yes, it was time to get a new one. So when I saw the email that she was reaching out to me and wanting to know if I wanted to try one of their diaper bags, I was so excited, and honestly it's very grateful and thankful. So thank you guys so much for partnering with me on today's video. Let's go ahead. I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to be showing you guys the new diaper bag, some of the best things about it, as well as some just old staples and favorites that I'm going to be filling. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of a restock my diaper bag and unboxing for you guys. So let's go and turn the camera around and get into that. All right, so this is the actual Miss Fong diaper bag. I love that it came in this nice dust cover, keeping it protected, especially during shipping. I was so excited when I saw this. I've always loved the look of the tan leather and the gold accents together. Just very beautiful. So I love the front pocket here. It's really big. You can slide things down, opens up, and it has like the side pockets here. There's just so many things that you can put everything in it. And I also like that, again, it comes with the cover over the handle for shipping purposes, making sure everything stays nice and tidy for its arrival. So one of my favorite things about this bag is the fact that it's not just a bag, but it's also a backpack. So you can put the little straps on here, and it's adjustable as well. So if you need it to be longer or shorter, depending on your size and stuff, you can kind of make that happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this one out. So yes, I love the fact that it can be worn as a backpack as well as you can carry it as a bag. So let's go ahead and open it up. We're gonna take a look on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and start stocking it so I can finally put this to use. So on the actual inside part here, I love all the pockets and the space that it has for storage. It comes with even like a little leather changing pad that you can roll out and change your baby on, really with any surface that you want. I love that it comes with that, and then it also has your extra straps here. So if you do want to carry it as like a longer bag or a purse, it has all the different options to do that, which I love. They do have insulated pockets for if you do have bottles and stuff, you want to be able to use those, that's an option. And then all of the actual inside pockets here, you have the big pockets, small pockets on the side. There's just so many options to keep everything so nice and organized. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my diapers, and we're gonna go ahead and start filling it up. some of my favorite personalized kind of diaper bag essentials. This is like a little silicone tub, and it's really squishy, as you can tell. But if you don't want to purchase, say, 2 large bottles of diaper cream or 2 large bottles of any baby product, these are wonderful because they seal really, really well. You can squirt a little bit of the diaper paste in there and just have it for on the go, and especially for the diaper bag. These actually come in a pack of 4, and I have been utilizing them a lot. They not only work for baby products, I mean, you can also use it for yourself, or if you're traveling, want to put some moisturizer and a little tiny like airtight little container. These are great. But I wanted to mention that that's what these are. I have been loving using these, especially for like traveling with baby. They have just been wonderful, especially for diapering essentials and everything like that. Another thing that I consider to be a huge essential of mine, and you can buy little wet bags anywhere, but I do consider wet bags to be a huge essential, especially in the baby's years, because your baby will most likely blow out of their diaper at some time. And so being able to have a wet bag on hand where you're not going to get everything in the diaper bag dirty or smelly, and it just keeps everything separate and clean and sanitary, and I love those. So I always have some type of a wet bag, something like that in there. Another thing that I've been loving doing is taking a little reusable wet wipe thing, and this goes into the same thing where if you don't want to have a giant bag of wet wipes in the diaper bag, you can just pop this open. You can put your wet wipes in here, which I'm going to do right now while I'm thinking about it. But you just toss your wet wipes in here, go ahead and seal this up, and then go ahead and put that in the diaper bag as well. But I love the actual space this saves. It takes up little to no space because it's very thin. That way you can kind of take, you know, what is needed as far as the wipes go, instead of having, again, that huge extra bag of wipes in there. So that's that. So a few of the things I love carrying in the bag are just a couple favorite baby toys. She's been loving these like crinkle type book. And then I just think it's adorable. She likes all the little critters just like her siblings do, but it has little things that she can lift up and little things that she can feel and play with. So it actually came in a pack of 2. It has the ocean one and then the actual little jungly tails. I will take some toys with me. I won't take a ton of toys, it depends. Because if it's like a church activity bag, I'm gonna have a separate little bag for that I take for my kiddos, but those would be kind of like my baby essentials. And then of course the silicone little chewy things I was telling you about earlier has been wonderful. I love utilizing this, especially when we're on the go. I will keep one of these necklaces with me pretty much all the time, and so I'm gonna go ahead and toss that in the bag as well. And that's pretty much everything I keep in like an essentials diaper bag. I have my extra outfits, as you saw. I have a blanket for in case we get cold or we're nursing like in a restaurant or something. A little baby snack. I have her diapers, her wipes, her wet bag, a couple of activities, her little teether toys, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and that little tub of little diaper cream that I showed you. So I love all these storage compartments that this offers. I think it's gonna really help me keep everything more organized. And it's also just a very, very beautifully done bag. I'm gonna go ahead and show you all the different ways that you can wear it now. So for sizing purposes, this is the actual size of it with me holding it. I just think it's so pretty. I really love it. So I am the type that when it comes to wearing an actual backpack, I tend to go like this and then have 2 hands free and ready to go. But for the actual backpack, I love that the straps are adjustable because a lot of the times I'm 5, like 3.5. So I need something that's gonna be a little bit smaller and work for a little bit more of a petite person. So a lot of the times, like the actual adult backpacks or diaper bags and things like that won't work for me. This actually, if you can tell, hugs my back really well. It actually fits beautifully, and I love that because my other diaper bag that I have, it never really fit quite well, so it'd be a loose gap. It would actually hurt my back. Where this one actually hugs my back, so if I bend over or do anything like that, it's gonna work really well. As far as not giving me a backache when I'm trying to carry it around. So this is one of the ways to use it, as far as you can use it as a backpack and it goes on the side, or again, it has a short handle if you do want to carry it this way. I'm going to grab the other 2 straps and show you how to style it another way. So this is the actual longer handle if you do prefer to carry your bag over this way. And again, this handle is adjustable, so it can go a lot shorter or longer depending on what you're comfortable with as far as the length you're comfortable with. And another thing about these is you can actually take the backpack clips and actually is tuck them right into the back pocket here so they're out of the way. That way, if you do want to carry it just like as a regular bag, you can easily carry it as like just a regular diaper bag, which I also really, really love. And then another one of my favorite things is, let me grab the straps one second, is it also comes with these two smaller straps, and these are specifically designed for clipping right here. And what these are designed for is to actually be able to hook your bag on the back of a stroller. So if you are either going to a zoo or to a museum or something, it gives the ability to strap it safely to the back of your stroller without it worrying about falling off or anything like that. So I do love that feature of it, and I love, again, just how versatile it is. You can use it for pretty much whatever it is that you're wanting. And if you are a mama either in the toddler years or kiddo years, and maybe you don't have like a baby that needs a diaper bag, this is also just a great bag to have on hand because it does have those insulated pockets if you need to take cold drinks out. It's a great picnic bag because it's also like wet proof and stain proof inside and things like that. And that's something that I actually realized after my first two babies, is utilizing my diaper bag even after the diaper years were over. I actually preferred using a diaper bag because the liner was like, it didn't leak. It just wiped clean. Thank you, Miss Fong, for sending this over. Let's go ahead and jump back into the other baby essential items. So another thing that we have been loving, and this has been probably for the past two babies, and that is a high chair that actually clamps right onto the table. I love this because I feel like the babies can really sit with us and be part of the family unit instead of off to the side with the high chair. Now our dining room table, we're already kind of outgrowing it, so having something that we can clamp on but still have room for like our toddler to sit right next to the baby has been great. So I wanted to share that because if you are wanting something that just clips onto the table, it's not going to take extra floor space, and especially if you have a smaller living space like we do, having a high chair that can just clamp onto the table has been amazing. I've been loving it. So I had to share that as far as being an essential. I did not have it for my first two babies, but we were also, not in a space that had more kiddos involved. So I wanted to share that as far as being a huge essential, especially if you have more than that couple of kiddos. So if you have a teething baby like I do, one of my favorite things to do, especially if she's being fussy or things like that with just teething and everything that comes with that, is I will put her in my carrier, and then I'll wear one of these little chewy necklaces. I'll see if I can show you an up-close picture of the beads here. But these little silicone necklaces are for mama to wear, so you just put them on and she can just reach up and chew on these when she's in my carrier. I don't have to worry about, and this is my favorite part actually, I don't have to worry about her dropping it or flinging it on the ground because I'm just wearing it around my neck. So I love this, and especially if I am walking around the house or if I'm cooking or cleaning, I love having something like this around my neck to where if she does want to chew something, she can just reach up and grab it, and I don't have to worry about it falling and getting all dirty, especially if we're out in public. Now, I typically don't use these at home too much. I will occasionally, but I will use them almost every single time I am out in public or grocery shopping or things like that, because she is always in my carrier when I am out and about, and then just having this on there just makes it's an enjoyable experience for mama and baby when baby's happy, but especially since it's not gonna, again, fall off and I have to pick it up from a dirty floor. So I love these, and they're actually pretty affordable too, and you can get little silicone things like this pretty much anywhere, but I love them for being out in public with a baby. So speaking of baby wearing and wearing my baby, if you guys have been around here for any amount of time, especially in the last 2 years, you will have seen my little floral mesh Tula carrier that I have. Now, I don't know if they make that design anymore. I actually got it pre-owned, oh my goodness, probably 3 years ago now. I have used it so much, and it's still, there's no stretching, there's no piling, there's no sign of wear apart from the fading of the material, if you know what I mean. It is one of the best carriers I have used, only because it goes from like the little years all the way up. Now, you can buy newborn inserts for the Tula carrier. For the newborn years, I always honestly just used, I believe the brand was JJ Cole. It was like a newborn stretch carrier where you put it on almost just like a shirt. I'll insert a picture here of it, but you just throw it on almost like a t-shirt, and then you put the baby in and like pull it. It's just one of the easiest newborn wraps that I have ever used. I've tried the slings, I've tried the Moby wraps, I've tried them a lot of different ones, probably like 4 or 5 different things, and it just became really frustrating because I was trying to like hold the baby but trying to get all the things, and I've never been able to really figure it out very well. So having this carrier where I was able to throw it on like a t-shirt and then just boop, ready to put the baby in was amazing, especially for the first month. And then once the baby reaches 2 or 3 months, I switched them over to my Tula carrier with the newborn insert, and then a couple months later I would take the newborn insert out and then I just use it for another probably year after that is if it works great. But I can wear the baby on my back with it. She typically just likes to be on the front of me still. So when it comes to baby equipment, when it comes to bouncers and swings and bobby pillows and all of the baby gear and things, I don't really use any of it. I don't. Now I do have a bobby pillow for my firstborn and I loved that. I didn't really utilize it much after the first couple of weeks, but I haven't really used a ton of actual equipment. I did have a little doorway bouncy swing. Now where our house is now, all of our doorways actually are really wide, like the actual sills are really, really wide, so there's no place to really hang one. I think my toddler would actually love it, but they just have never really been into the whole equipment thing, and again, our house doesn't have the space to house a whole bunch of baby equipment. I do have a baby bouncy. I'll insert the one I do have here and that I have used for all my kiddos and I love. Very simple, but it's also neutral, so you can use it for little boys, little girls, and I do like the fact that this one you can sit up all the way or they can lay back all the way. So another big essential category that just serves our family so well is the actual kind of like health maintenance, or when babies are feeling under the weather, that type of thing. One of my all-time favorite brands, and I don't know if this is how you pronounce it, but this is a brand, Boiron. I love every single one of their products. I love their products for babies, kids, adults, and it is one of my all-time favorite things. I'm not going to talk about this forever, but if you do want to do the research, the brand is called Boiron, and I love all of their products. Another thing that we've used for our baby, especially if they're colicky, is the Garden of Life Baby Probiotics. This is a really, really good one, and I will also mention, and this could be I don't know what you want to call it, a controversial topic, I guess you could say, when it comes to newborn years, but we've always gotten our babies adjusted pretty much that first week right after birth and continue doing it. And now my first baby I did not do that with, and he was extremely colicky. For the first 6 months I felt like he screamed all of the time just because of his tummy was so upset. And there's a few things that I learned, and one was really, especially with nursing mamas, when your baby is colicky and his tummy's upset, chances are it's our diet that's causing that, and I didn't learn that until baby number 2. I didn't learn that dairy was upsetting him, your broccoli and cauliflower and my fresh salad that I wanted to eat all the time, that was all causing his tummy to be really upset. So I had to really take a step back and really change a lot of the things that I was doing on top of adjusting the babies. And so by the following 3 babies, there was no issue. We've never had any issues with colic or earaches or tummy aches or anything like that. But I do always have the probiotics on hand for if they do get a little colicky. Another one of my all-time favorite things, and I've used, this is the same one I think that we've had so we've had 7 years now, so they last forever if you don't lose them. That's the biggest thing, if you don't lose them. And that is this Nose Frida, and I'm going to insert a picture of the actual box, so if you do want to grab it, you know what it looks like. But this is literally a nose sucker thing. Like, you get the boogers out if they're congested. You put this little part in the baby's nose, and then there's a filter here that of course stops it from going into your mouth, and you just suck it out with the red part here. But I cannot use those bulb things anymore that actually squeeze and get the baby's things out. This is just incredible. Even when they're into the toddler years and have a hard time blowing their nose and things like that, this is also just another one of those essential products of ours that have served our family so well. So my last thing I wanted to share, especially when it comes to little baby activities, are the Melissa and Doug polka dots. Obviously these aren't for it when they get to be past 6 months, but my 1-year-old loves these so much, and I consider them to be almost an essential activity. But they're the polka dot books, and she loves these. One thing that I recently did discover are these jumbo polka dot alphabet learning cards, and I love these. I have the alphabet ones and the number ones. Both of them have been so fun. Both my toddler and baby just love doing polka dot cards and books and just all the things that you can do with poking things, and it's adorable. And then my last actual essential item, and I guess these wouldn't be considered essential so much to the point where you can live without them, but I've just honestly really loved using these little silicone bibs. These are wonderful because you can just wipe them down, you can wash them off and reuse them over and over again. But my favorite thing about them is if you have a toddler, like we do baby-led weaning in our home, and so having a toddler who can like eat the little peas or little pieces of whatever she is eating, I love this because if they're learning how to either use a spoon for the first time, when they drop things, it's just gonna fall right down into here, and I'm not gonna have like a massive mess to clean up on the floor. Granted, I'm still going to have a big mess to clean up off of the floor, but this does help a lot of having like the little pockets here, and they're really comfy for the babies to wear too. They have like the soft silicone edges, so they're not gonna be harsh or anything like cutting into the baby's neck. I've tried quite a few brands of these ones in particular, and a couple of them have like the sharper plastic where it does a good job catching the food, but they're just not comfortable for babies. So I really like these in particular. I like that they're adjustable. You can go, you know, as little or as big as you need to. And these work for my toddler as well. My toddler doesn't really need them anymore, but my baby does. So I love using these, especially when you are kind of learning how to tread the waters of baby-led weaning things. I think that was everything I wanted to share with you as far as my newborn essentials. And I do want to thank Miss Fong again for sending over the diaper bag. Thank you so much. I am truly so grateful, and I'm excited to be able to finally utilize this and use it on the day-to-day basis. So thank you again so much, and thank you guys for watching and for joining our family in today's video. I hope you guys have a great day, whatever you're doing, and God bless, God loves you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.